A rally driver who drives his car without a steering wheel, a man who washes his hands in urine, or a man who has his birthday cake stolen by a monkey. Today we're going to show you 15 unexpected moments in life. During a rally race in Poland, the driver you see in this sequence had only one goal: to reach the finish line, until he found himself with the steering wheel of his car in his hands, and especially unstuck from the car. Fortunately, our driver was not driving at high speed, and above all, he knew how to keep calm and react very quickly, since he drove to the finish line holding the steering hub directly with his hand. This unusual situation gave rise to this hilarious video, but it could very well have turned into a disaster in other circumstances. Our driver didn't win the race, but he still deserves a medal for finishing it without a steering wheel. And this will teach him for the next time to check the condition of all the parts and accessories of his vehicle before accelerating. Now it was the turn of this man who had a craving. He rushed to the first public toilet that came his way. He wanted to relieve himself and leave, except that while he was urinating, he heard a strange noise. He took out his cell phone to film it, and at the same time capture the sound that intrigued him. Then, he flushed the toilet, and there, big surprise, a good 15 small frogs appear from the bowl. Good thing they didn't come out when he was urinating. And thank goodness he didn't have to do the number 2 and sit down. I can't imagine what his reaction would have been in this case. For the moment he did well, and his video is quite surprising and funny. But I doubt very much that he still has the courage to enter public toilets from now on. Ilona Lenarte is a Russian TV presenter. In 2017 she is live on TV presenting the news and trying to do her job in the best way possible. Then a black Labrador bursts into the TV set and climbs next to the pretty presenter. At first, she tries to continue reading the news, but realizing that nobody comes to take the dog out, she says in Russian, "I have a dog here, what is this dog doing in the studio?" And then she says to the viewers, "I actually prefer cats." Poor Ilona lived a real moment of fear and loneliness live in front of millions of viewers. And this video sequence has made the rounds of the web and has gone viral, making Ilona an international star who has won the sympathy of the whole internet. Let's hope that the Russian channel for which she works was able to strengthen its security system to avoid receiving other surprise guests live. The beautiful young woman in this clip is Sveta Bilyalova, a Russian model. She is seen here promoting a brand of women's underwear, accompanied by a beautiful baby lion with whom she takes several poses. The model and the animal seem relaxed and the photo session goes perfectly, until the beautiful young woman tries to reproduce the mythical scene of introduction of Simba in the animated film The Lion King. And there, she receives an arc of urine of the cub in the face. The situation then turned very quickly to ridiculous. The video of the cub urinating on the model was a hit on the internet and has accumulated millions of views. And if the beautiful Sveta Bilyalova was looking for fame, she got it. In these pictures, we see this huge giraffe standing next to a motorcyclist. Except that this imposing South African creature is very particular because it is a fan of big motorcycles. We can see it in this video showing a great interest for this motorcycle whose driver prefers to move away. Our imposing giraffe, with very flexible legs, ends up riding the motorcycle, but drops it. She is then confronted with the harsh reality that a giraffe can't ride a motorcycle. But our budding biker doesn't lose hope, as an irresistible urge to try a second bike takes her. But the second rider doesn't give her the chance to try his bike and accelerates. We can only hope that one day this exceptional giraffe will realize his dream. Here are two Russians in a car. The driver seems to be quite upset because he is driving at full speed and keeps swearing in Russian. According to what we understand, the two men would have been lost while looking for an address, which they did not find. They are in the middle of a conversation when we see the car driving straight through a curve and crossing the barriers of a bridge to land in a large river. Then you hear the driver say, "It's perfect. We have arrived and we are sailing. How do you navigate?" Then you hear the passenger answer peacefully, "You don't have to move the wheel to navigate." To think that these men have nerves of steel, that not even a serious accident could shake them. We don't see what happens next, but since the video was able to reach us, it is certainly that they did not sink and are still alive. They got away with it this time. Let's hope they've learned their lesson. Never drive angry and never allow passengers to distract the driver. In this sequence, we see an Indian man in what seems to be a forest. He is standing in front of a birthday cake and we hear behind several people singing, "Happy Birthday." Apparently, the young man wants to celebrate his birthday in nature. Why not after all? He cuts the first small piece of cake when a thieving monkey grabs the chocolate pastry and climbs up a tree with it, leaving everyone helpless and in shock. It looks like the little beast waited until we finished singing and the main person took a piece of the cake, before grabbing it. Luckily it was only a monkey that ruined this birthday party. Out in the wild, they could run into animals that wouldn't be satisfied with a lousy pastry. What is sure is that our young man had the most unforgettable birthday party. It is February 20th, 2021. A United Airlines Boeing 777 has just taken off from the city of Denver on its way to Honolulu, Hawaii. Now the plane is flying over the town of Broomfield, 40 kilometers from Denver, when a shower of debris falls on the small town. On the ground nobody understands anything, but in the air, the passengers of the Boeing 777 are living a nightmare as through the windows, they see the engine of their plane on fire falling into pieces. The 231 terrified passengers and 10 crew members have lost sight of Hawaii. They only want to survive this disaster. Without the pilot's successful emergency landing maneuver, this incident could have been disastrous. No one on board the plane or on the ground was injured, despite the debris crushing a truck and narrowly missing a house. Disaster was narrowly averted. You've already seen videos of super hairdressers doing amazing haircuts with fire. The hero of this sequence was surely inspired by it. We then see him proudly ignite the hair of his client. One expects a breathtaking result when one realizes that the hairdresser does not manage to extinguish the fire on the skull of the unfortunate customer. This apprentice Edward with the silver hands then starts to hit the poor helpless young man's head very hard. Fortunately, and after several attempts, the hairdresser manages to overcome the flames. This moment of relaxation almost turned into a terrible and deadly fire. Let's hope the two men understood why you should never play with fire. Studio 10 is a morning entertainment show broadcast on the Australian channel Channel 10. It deals with several subjects and receives different guests. This March 2017 episode, from which these images are taken, was dedicated to the strangest dogs in the world accompanied by their owners. The guests went by normally until we came to an old lady, who proudly showed off her beautiful doggy on the TV set. Everything was going great when suddenly the big dog started to poop on live TV. His mistress, red with shame, justifies herself by saying, he is nervous. To lighten the mood, one of the presenters starts saying, we should have brought a doggy bag. A hilarious play on words for the situation. This dog, who didn't mind doing his business under the spotlight, gave life to one of the greatest moments of Australian television. This excerpt comes straight from the heavenly Maho Beach in the Dutch West Indies. Apart from its immaculate sand, this seaside resort of the city of St. Martin is especially known for its extraordinary airport. This one offers a magnificent spectacle of planes taking off or landing since the beach is at the end of its runway N-10. But the most unexpected moment, which earns this beach its place in our list, is the one captured during a takeoff of a Boeing 747 of the airline KLM. Indeed, the propulsion force of this plane blew sand, summer people at the beach, and their belongings directly into the sea. Nevertheless, no human casualties were reported. And this breathtaking and hilarious video has gone around the world and accumulated more than 20 million views on the internet. This will serve as a lesson to the next tourists of Maho Beach, who will avoid standing at the end of runway 10 of the Princess Juliana International Airport to sunbathe. All sportsmen are known to say bad words during games, but they are still very careful not to let their fans witness their moments of anger. This was not the case for Jay Crowder, a basketball player who played in the NBA for the Utah Jazz. Indeed, this professional sportsman, while heading towards the bench, launched a very offensive insult, which did not fail to reach the ears of a supporter who was in the first row. The images of the young girl stunned by what she just heard are among the nuggets of the internet, and the face she makes is worthy of the most hilarious memes on the web. Jay Crowder better watch his mouth next time. In this surprising sequence that seems to come from a Slavic country because of the Ochanka and the language of its main protagonist, this courageous man tries at all costs to perforate a cylindrical cylinder, which apparently contains a highly pressurized gas. We then see him hitting the cylinder with a metal bar, until a gas starts to emanate very slowly. Not getting what he wants, the man attacks the valve very calmly until it gives way. This gives rise to an exceptional and unexpected spectacle, as the cylinder is propelled into the air like a missile or a rocket launcher. However, we don't know if our hero got out safely. If he did, let's hope he doesn't have to go through such a disastrous experience again anytime soon. These were 15 unexpected moments in life. Tell us in the comments which of these sequences surprised you the most. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all the notifications and not miss anything of our next content.